Y'all already know the rules. When y'all come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Just got confirmed by Police Commissioner Tisch information that we received early this morning from police sources close to this investigation that the total of victims who were shot in this terrible incident is now 14. Now this morning, this neighborhood is reeling in the aftermath of this bloodbath, which happened inside the lounge here on Franklin Avenue called the Taste of the City Lounge about 3:30 Sunday morning. Sources close to the investigation tell me that adult members of the long-established Brooklyn gang called Folk Nation were inside the lounge. And suddenly sources say their ops, that's members of an opposing gang, walked in and there was an argument. Moments later, at least 4 shooters from the ops pulled their guns and unloaded a barrage of bullets, striking 14 people ranging in age from 27 to 61. 2 of the 3 who died were allegedly gang members. Here's what Police Commissioner Tisch had to say just a short time ago.
2 of the 3 deceased are the shooters involved in the incident. Mr. Childs has 8 prior arrests and is listed in our criminal group database as a member of Folk Nation, a violent gang that terrorizes Brooklyn and is responsible for at least 6 shootings so far this year. 3 of the other victims have also been identified as gang members under the Folk Nation umbrella. Mr. St. Louis has no relevant criminal history.
Now, multiple police sources close to this investigation, which you can imagine everybody was called in on over the weekend to try and get to the bottom of this, tell me that they're looking for at least 4 suspects. They're confident that they will be in handcuffs soon because all of them, according to the authorities, have previous criminal justice involvement, meaning they are in the criminal database and the NYPD gang database. Now, later this afternoon, there will be a show of community leaders, religious leaders, and local elected officials, as well as community residents here who are stunned and disgusted by this violence in a show of support and unity. And we'll be bringing that to you later on today and the 5 o'clock news. That's the latest here from Crown Heights, Brooklyn. I'm Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News. Bianca, back to you.
All right, Lisa.
My niggas, what are we doing? I say this all the time, and I'm going to say this again. We have learned to see each other through the eyes of the enemy. How do you explain having so much hatred towards one another that 14 people end up getting shot and 3 end up dead, and half of the rest of y'all is going to end up getting charged with all those bodies and probably spend forever and ever in jail? Life. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And to all you community activists.
So this is 903 Franklin Avenue. That's one of the detectives from the crime team unit. And they're over here in front of 903 Franklin, a taste of the city. You can see that right here. This is where the shooting, the mass shooting took place on Sunday morning about 3:30 in the morning. And the police commissioner is saying that now at this point there are 14 people who were shot, 3 dead. And of the 3 dead, 2 of the 3, she says, were shooters, and shooters with rather extensive NYPD arrest records, according to them. So this is what the scene is right now here at Carroll and Franklin. And you have a lot of violence interrupters who are here. Many vehicles showed up. They're having a rally here to show people a rally of unity, and they've come out to speak against the violence. And of course, they work in the neighborhoods in many of the communities on a daily basis, and are trying to keep the violence under control and to reduce it and keep certain blocks safe. So I'm going to show you what it looks like coming down Franklin right now. And these are some of them right here, some of the vehicles for the violence interrupters and the organizations. There's quite a few here. It goes all the way back. And you can see that. And then they're setting up right now here for a press conference where they're going to be talking about the shooting itself and what can be done to prevent this in the future. So that's what's happening here. You can see all these violence interrupters who are out, all these different groups that have come out here to support the community. So pretty amazing show of strength of people that are out here for peace and doing their thing and trying to get out the message to stop the shooting and have everybody just live in peace.
Paid activists. It sickens me because a lot of you niggas did time in jail. So y'all know how to put y'all foot down. The problem is y'all can't put y'all foot down because you're working with NYPD. LAPD, NYPD, LAPD. Y'all working with the police. And I'm going to just be real. And I don't care who get offended, right? I don't care who get offended. When this kind of activity happens in our neighborhood, you know when black people call themselves kings, you know what the word king means? It means a ruler, right? A lot of you dudes spent a lot of time in jail, right? If you're going to take back the community, take it back. Please do me a favor. Stop with the bullhorns. Stop with the speeches in the middle of the neighborhood. With all the niggas that's busting their gun, when they see y'all coming, they went in the opposite direction. They don't want to hear that. They don't care. They come back outside when y'all gone. So what's the point? If you want to change what's going on in the hood, in the community, you have to take back the authority and start come and knock at their door. Knock, knock, knock. Yeah, you. Little Mike, little Ray. We not playing with y'all no more. You don't give a little nigga a speech. You don't come outside with bullhorns when 14 people get shot. You come outside. When I went to school, in my report card had F. I failed the whole report card. When I got home, Mama used to play a little game. Oh, you look dirty, boy. Take off those clothes. And she was slick about it. She got the wash machine running. She got the dryer running. But I'm analyzing. My spidey senses done kicked in because I already knew I got in trouble. Like, why Mama got her hand behind her back like that? Mama, why you got the radio cord, the TV cord, the extension cord dangling between your legs with your hand behind your back? Haas wasn't going for it. I started running immediately. By the time when my mother got finished chasing me through the house, she was winded. She had to take breaks beating my ass. I'm going to say this again. Shout out to all you brothers out there that's trying to make a difference. And the rest of you paid activists, the rest of you, because some of you brothers is out there trying to definitely make a difference. Salute to y'all. But some of y'all just out there for a check and y'all playing military mind games. Going outside with your bullhorn, yelling at the air, is not the answer after bodies dropped. Somebody got to pay the piper. I know y'all don't want to hear this because y'all like to play with these Jedi mind tricks. But when that many people, somebody has to pay the piper. And y'all got to up the scales, right? Y'all got to get y'all honorary hood badges where y'all able to go up in some of these apartments and hold the mother, the father. Well, most of the time, we already know there ain't no father in these places. A lot of y'all dudes, y'all know who running around packing a Mac in the back of the act. Y'all know who got the burner. Y'all know who got the burner. Y'all know who playing with them switches. Knock on their door. Start going through their rooms and retrieving those weapons. Start going through their house with a hood warrant, with a street warrant. The same way y'all going through the hood and y'all 500 deep, take the bullhorn, throw that shit in the garbage, knock on their door, and go through the whole house. Go straight for the book bag. Go under the dresser. Go under them project and tenement apartments is this small. It would take you 5 minutes to find the gun. Y'all got to change up your tactics and stop playing. Our communities are being flooded with illegal weapons put in the hands of children that is untrained. And then we brag about our culture, but our culture became deaf culture. All through the radio. In the Jewish community, they went through similar to what the black community went through. The only difference is you can't even say nothing negative about the Jewish community because they're going to protect themselves with their image, with pride and integrity. No matter what you say about them, they're going to shut you down. But we can sit up there and say some of the worst things through the radio, through the TV shows. The programming, look at the programming. You got Power. Tariq killed Ghost. You got the extension of Power. You got Cain killed his father. Look at the programming. Y'all don't see it? You got Big Meech coming home from jail. Big Meech came home from jail and was rewarded a TV show in one of the biggest parties in the world. What are we doing? What message are we sending to the hood? We can't have it both ways. It's not just entertainment. It's programming. And the sad part about it is that good people, even ex-criminals, we tired. Yeah, even ex-criminals that got bodies, that been in jail for murder, we tired too. Because we got to go outside and we got to think for the criminals. Now we got to humble ourselves, the niggas we don't even like, because they got that old energy. And we got that, I'm tired, but I ain't got time to be playing games with you. Some of us is in our 40s and 50s and spent 20 years in jail, 10 years in jail. And if we put that hammer back on our waist, and those police coming through the neighborhood catch us, that's a death sentence. Most of us can't even afford to do 10 years in jail. But we got to contemplate before we go outside. Oh, why you got a gun? Because it's safe to say it ain't safe outside. Now the question is, before we walk out our door, press 1 in the comment section if you feel what I'm saying. Before we walk out our door, we got to sit up there and contemplate. Should I put it on my waist or should I not put it on my waist? Well, I'm only going to the store, but that's where everybody's dying at in the hood. And I'm going to say this too. Nothing good happens after dark. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. Nothing good happens after dark. It's safe to say it ain't safe outside. If you going to go somewhere you know you going to run into somebody that don't give a who get hit as long as the drama's lit. Hungry hooligans, stay on that piranha. Nah, I said it best. I don't want to go nowhere where people don't value life. It took for me to almost lose my life playing with my life because I didn't value it. Being stressed out and depressed. Trying to survive my childhood pain. I know what you little niggas is going through. You're just going about it the wrong way. Not everybody escaped the teeth of the beast called the penitentiary. Not everybody escaped the teeth of the beast. There's plenty of people still left in the belly of the beast. Unfortunately, you little niggas that turned a night of pleasure into a night of pain, y'all gonna find out. When you stand in front of that judge and you realize your family's sitting behind you and they going home teary-eyed because they ain't never going to see you again. And some of you niggas is leaving children out here without a daddy. They'll never know what it's like for you to hug and embrace them because you want to You want to gang bang? Back in the 50s and 60s, our brothers and sisters was hanged. How could you gang bang? I never in my life ran from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man. Because it's self-destruction. A black man ain't got no business saying to another black man, you can't come to my hood. Those are the most evilest words I've ever heard. Your brother going through the same thing you going through. He need a hug just like you. Not a helicopter ride to the hospital. Doctors beating on his chest. Liquor bottles in front of the building. Candles burning. And Black Lives Matter protesting. Matter of fact, they don't even come out for y'all. They got to be a cop killing. People, we got to do better. We got to do better. Charity begins with a smile. Stop meeting your brother with an ice grill. Teach your children not to kill my children. I already taught my children not to kill your children. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Hit that subscribe button. And pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Be careful of your invites. If that night of pleasure is going to turn into a night of pain, understand something. When you get in that penitentiary, your child is going to fill an empty space that nobody else can't fill but daddy. You hear those words? You daddy. And your woman, even though she wanted you, she can't wait for you. Somebody else is going to have her legs up in the air, tying her up like a prince who finger four leg lock, Boston crab. Her toes is going to be throwing up gang signs with somebody else pleasuring her while you sitting in jail looking at a raggedy magazine that 1,000 niggas done played with, all sticky. Mom.